Hello and welcome to another edition of Boxing Time TV. My name is Evan Jacobs. We have an interesting fight today. Devin Haney versus Jorge Linares. And let's just get right to it. This is, it's one of those fights. Haney's expected to win, but we'll just, Linares, you never know. And he hits hard and he's in it till the end. So, and he did drop Vasyl Lomachenko. So, amongst other things, he, has had a good career. Devin Haney's 22, Linares is 35. Haney's a 7-4 favorite, as you can see. They're both 5'8". They're both lightweights, 135. 71 reach for Haney, 69 reach for Linares. Devin Haney's 25-0, 15 knockouts. And Jorge Linares is 47 and 5, all 5 losses by knockout. And as I am seeing here, he has 29 KOs. Okay, let's go to the tail. This, it's 12 rounds, 3-minute rounds, 10-point must scoring system, no mandatory 8 count, and 3 knockdown rule waived. Folks, I got to be honest, happy to be back here on Boxing Time TV. I was gone last week. I was out of town, which I got to be honest, I don't think was maybe the smartest thing. Even though things are opening up, even though, things are looking good for COVID in this country, even though I do have the vaccine, or at least one shot, and I've already had COVID. I have the antibodies in me, and I'm supposed to be getting the next shot this Friday. I should have probably waited till I was fully vaccinated, and it's one of those things. If I could go back and redo everything over again, I would. It was a situation where I kind of had to do it. Right now, coming out, and Devin Haney, I'm not gonna lie, already going to the body. And I'm thinking I see what his game is. He's just going to slash him to that body. He's kind of doing like a Roy Jones thing, breaking him down already, hitting the tree and popping him. And I think Jorge Linares is kind of hoping to do things like that to counter Haney, to draw him in. And we'll see if that is, in fact, possible. Anyway, I am happy to be back. I'm glad I was able to get in one the week before I left. I would like to have done 2. I just don't like missing this. But then again, I guess technically I am on course because, well, no, I did miss at some point. Either way, we have a bunch of fights, a bunch of really good fights were announced. We have, in the near future, we're going to be doing Emmanuel Navarrete versus Christopher Diaz. We're also going to be doing Josh Taylor versus Ramirez. Then we're going to be doing Derek Chisora versus Joseph Parker, Dimitri Bivol versus, I forget the guy's name, Richards. And then we're going to be doing Usyk versus Joyce. I would do the Usyk versus Joyce now. Oh, wow. And you have Devin Haney landing power shots on Jorge Linares in the first round. Is he going to try to end it in the first round? So one thing about Devin Haney, I think he's more skilled boxing as opposed to having a great amount of power. I think he knocks people out by, volumes of punches, quick, hits people when they're not expecting it. So, we're just gonna have to see if that is the case here. But yeah, he's had a great first round. He's going to the body. And, Jorge Linares, God love him, showing every bit the 35 years of age that he is. But he is a warrior, and, you never know. Maybe, he catches Haney with something. But right now, based on this first round, Devin Haney already seems like he seized control. He got under the ropes. He was, slugging him to the stomach on the outside when they were in the center of the ring. Oh, and now he lands another shot and just wobbles him. I'm telling you, Devin Haney came out tonight to impress. And so far he has, as we come into the final minutes of the first round on this Boxing Time TV simulation of Devin Haney, Jorge Linares. Tried to time that, and I didn't really time that with the bell. I must be getting out of practice. All right, so Devin Haney, as we expected, 10-9 on all the judges' scorecards. He's up by 3 points as we move into the second round. Once again, you are watching Boxing Time TV. If you like what you're seeing, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share these links with your family and friends. Please give us a follow on Instagram. We're trying to post there more. Thank you so much for tuning in. Interesting thing, now we know that Fury and Joshua is signed. They're just going to get the venue and the date, and they're going to try to maximize that. So that's going to be, that's going to be a process because we still are in COVID times, especially in Europe. They're having, it's like we keep going in phases with this thing, and I'm just hoping that this vaccine holds, enough people get it, and it, just kind of, we make the comeback that we need to make, and that this summer is even more open. Because last summer opened up. Right now in Orange County, we're kind of back to where we were last summer. We just need to keep it going. And, Devin Haney doing really good work on the outside and just lands that uppercut. He landed one before that, I'm telling you, that looked like it was going to drop Linares if it would have landed. And that's the one thing in this fight. Haney, I don't think, like I said, hits tremendously hard. I think he hits hard. I think, he's able to stop guys. But I think it's more of a volume and accumulation. I think that bodes well for Jorge Linares in the sense that, maybe that gives him more time, as opposed to if he came in trying to blow out. If Haney came in trying to blow him out. Jorge Linares is, cagey enough, crafty enough that, maybe can figure out a way to land a shot to, to just stop Devin Haney, or at least disrupt him a little bit. Oh, I'm telling you, Devin Haney doing solid work here as we are in the second round, and he's now just sort of fighting kind of, small behind his shoulder, taking the shots of Jorge Linares as he just sort of does sort of the James Toney thing of just running the numbers on him, eating him up. All right, so Devin Haney now taking that round on two of the judges' scorecard. One judge has it even, so you never know. Maybe Linares did something. We're 2 rounds deep into this fight. This is a 12-round fight. Oh, and look at Jorge Linares. He comes out and just cracks Devin Haney twice. I'm telling you, Jorge Linares may be feeling himself a little bit, and if he can string something together, now this is turning into a firefight. Now Haney's shooting back, and these guys are slugging it out, folks, here in the third round. This is looking like a miniature version of Hagler versus Hearns. Oh, and Haney now trying to reassert control. And honestly, I think, if he's going to knock out or stop Linares, he's going to do it on cuts. I don't think that Linares is going to be knocked out. I'm seeing Linares he's kind of timing Haney. Okay, you know what? This is a good fight for Haney in the sense that it's a good barometer of where he is. And we know that Linares is going to test him. So it's a question of, can Linares keep this going? But he's got to keep his punch out. But he's kind of not throwing the amount of punches that we would like to see him throw at this juncture of the fight. All right, and Linares not, Duke's kind of setting traps. Haney is now kind of pot shotting. He's not able to get as close as he was getting, and I'm liking what I'm seeing from Linares. Um, Haney is just landing, kind of maybe landing not as frequency as we want him to land. You look at Devin, you look at Jorge Linares' record, and he has 2 wins recent. He lost to Pablo Cesar Cano. He lost to Vasyl Lomachenko. I want to say he, I'm going to look this up because I want to give you guys accurate information, and I'm unable to see it at present. So both fighters are breathing heavy, and all 3 judges giving that round to Devin Haney. But I think Linares had a pretty good round, although Linares is down 8 points going into the fourth round, and Linares now going to the body. Is he going to try to set some traps? So yeah, we see that Pablo Cesar Cano beat him. We see that he has a victory over Luke Campbell, 2 victories over Anthony Crolla, and then he has 2 losses in a row. Antonio DeMarco, Sergio Thompson, both TKOs. Juan Carlos Salgado. But so he has an interesting record, and that win over Luke Campbell is just, that's a solid, that's a solid victory over a really good fighter. And Linares is just a tough guy. Whereas we're going now to the record of Devin Haney, and not gonna lie, Haney I don't know, has too much better in the words of in the way of credentials. He has a victory over Yuriorkis Gamboa, but that's an old Yuriorkis Gamboa, kind of a guy that a bit used up. Alfredo Santiago, Antonio Moran, Juan Carlos Burgos. But yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that Jorge Linares, I think, is easily, the best fighter on Linares's on Haney's record. Should he get the victory? And nothing is, right now, Linares is doing a pretty good job of fighting back. His left hand, I'm not going to lie, I think is giving Haney trouble. I think he's timing Haney with it. I think that Linares is, he's taking shots, but he's also landing shots. And, what's really hurting, you would think that for Devin Haney to be further away would be better. It's actually better for him when he's closer. Look, he's able to work on the body like that. He's able to land his uppercut. So, yeah, these guys are really cracking one another here in the 4th round on Boxing Time TV. They're going for it, folks. And that's the thing. Imagine if and I got to say this before we get. Haney must have a pretty darn good beard, because Linares has cracked him a bunch of times, and Haney's taking it. And I give Linares a lot of credit. At some point, I think he's going to start to slow down a little bit, but you never know. He might be really up for this fight, feeling that he has something to prove. You have people like me saying, oh, ultimately Devin Haney's going to win. Is he? I don't know. Haney's landing some good shots here, but Jorge Linares, folks, make no mistake, is in this fight. Now they're saying Linares has a swollen eye, so we'll see. Can Devin Haney take advantage of that? Once again, taking this round, Devin Haney 10-9 on all the judges' scorecards. He's up by 11 points as we move into the 5th round. But look at that left hand by Jorge Linares. That's going to be the shot, folks. That's going to be the shot. That will set up a big right hand if he can time it and land it correctly. Oh, Devin Haney wobbling Jorge Linares, a double hook, a double left hook. Oh wait, and he wobbles him again. And here you have Devin Haney. Now he's looking like how he looked in the first round. And Jorge Linares has taken some shots, folks. And he's fought tough. Has he wilted? Is this going to be the point in the fight where he makes that agreement with himself that he's going to be here to survive and he's just going to take these shots? Or is he going to go out on his shield? Who knows? Whatever the case is, both guys have fought very admirably in this fight, in the simulation between Devin Haney and Jorge Linares. Oh, and Haney doing some good work. Look at this, kind of moving in and out, dodging, but Linares landing that right hand, folks. And I'm telling you, one thing Linares has shown is that he is hittable. And if you want a shot at beating Devin Haney, you've got to have a left jab, something that can sort of disrupt his rhythm. Because Haney is such an athletically gifted fighter, and Linares is too. But Haney is, as we know, is next level in that regard. Sorry, just organizing something. All right, let's see what happened here. Oh, Linares' eye is already swollen shut. Is Devin Haney going to stop him in this round? Devin Haney up 10. He's now up 10-8 on all three judges' scorecards. So he's up now by 17 points. Is Devin Haney going to come out and close the show? Is this going to be a protracted beating? Who knows where it goes from here? But wow, that's a pretty impressive thing for Devin Haney to swell the eye in round 4 and then close it completely in round 5. He just landed and landed and landed. And you can see in Jorge Linares, that's really, really affected him. Jorge Linares is beginning this fight on the ropes. He's taking a bunch of shots. I wonder if the computer is going to stop it. Sometimes the computer takes a long time to stop it. So we'll have to see. But it's reaching a point that if Jorge Linares gets beaten up badly in this round, they may want to consider stopping it just because he's so compromised with just having one eye that he can see out of it. Oh, and Linares lands a left hand. Oh, Linares taking some shots, folks. Oh, and he gets wobbled again. I'm telling you, look at Devin Haney. It is all landing now. He is tattooing Jorge Linares. And, I mean, just landing him and jolting him with the punches that he's thrown. And a big reason is Linares can't see it. Yeah, I'm telling you, unless Linares can do something in this round, I think that the fight should definitely be stopped in the 7th round. Who knows? Maybe it'll be stopped sooner, but I mean, Devin Haney just landing and landing and landing pretty much at will on Jorge Linares. Oh, and he drops him. Is Devin Haney going to close the show here, folks? We're going to have to see. Oh, man, look at that. Linares goes down, but tough guy, lot of grit. Is he going to figure? Oh, and he gets up. Folks, look at that. Look at that. And Devin Haney, very, very, very impressive here. Dropping Jorge Linares, landing more shots on him. And oh, this is becoming the kind of event that, it's at this point. Oh, and now he goes to the body. And Linares again is hurt. Haney just doing the right thing. You know, he dropped Linares. He wants to make sure that he stays down. He's going to the body, kind of doing what Vasyl Lomachenko did. Oh, look at that. And continuing to just crack. Oh, and hurting him again. But I'm telling you, give Linares credit. He just landed a left hand, and that left hand has been a problem all night for Devin Haney. And I believe if this fight's going to go to the 7th round, I believe stop it. Folks, you're seeing, once again, you're watching Boxing Time TV. My name's Evan. If you like what you've seen, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share these links. Let me know fights that you want to see, although I have a backlog, thanks to one of our viewers. Haney's breathing heavy. Linares is exhausted. His eyes swollen shut, folks. He lost that round 10-7 on all the judges' scorecards. This thing, I don't know. Can Linares pull it out? Can he land something to potentially stop the onslaught of Devin Haney? Because, look, he just keeps taking shots. And yeah, we're gonna have to see. But you are watching Boxing Time TV. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love getting comments. I love hearing whether you love it, whether you don't love it. It's just nice to have engagement with this. And like I said, oh, look at that. Devin Haney closing the show. If Jorge Linares gets up from that, there's going to be, you got to give him a lot of credit. But this fight, folks, this fight's over. This fight's over, and Devin Haney making, hey, give him all the credit in the world. A tremendous performance, was pretty much in command from the first round. The winner's Devin Haney by a knockout. The fight lasted 7 rounds. Haney was not knocked down. Linares was knocked down 2 times, and his eyes swollen shut. The scores say it all. 60-51, 60-51, 60-52. Folks, thank you so much once again for tuning in to Boxing Time TV. Give us a follow on Instagram, Boxing Time with Evan. And thank you for tuning in to Boxing Time TV, where our motto is, why wait? Watch it now, then watch the real thing when it airs and compare. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time on Boxing Time TV.